Said we up now, they up next. Got you in your feelings upset. Said I'm up to bat, you on deck. At my best, you is looking stressed, cuz we up now, they up next. Said we up now, they up next. Got you in your feelings upset. Said I'm up to bat, you on deck. At my best, stress, cuz we up now, they up next. Said we up now, they up next. Got you in your feelings upset. Someone said that I was up next. I said I'm up now with no mean of disrespect. I don't be at the gym, so I don't need to flex. You regret moving on to the next and making me your ex. Yeah, I roll up whenever you feeling stressed. Treat you with respect and never settle for less. Life's a game of chess, don't let it get you in check. She like when I pull her hand, grab her by her neck. Got her on the back until she break a sweat. She like rocking my polo shirts and rocking my polo sweats. Laying down after sex with her head on my...
Hey now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back on another Tuesday. Tambo time here. Joined with me by... it was actually kind of funny. Ben decided to, get a little workout in. He wanted to take his pedal bike here. Shows up, busting through my door like the Kool-Aid man, just... out of breath, sweating profusely, and that went on for about 10 minutes. I thought he was actually going to have a heart attack in my room. Still out of breath. What were you going to, Schwinn? A Huffy?
Wait, what, for the bike?
Yeah.
No, it's just like, I don't even know. It's some off-brand shit.
Some mountain bike?
Yeah, it's a mountain bike.
You change gears?
I haven't ridden it in like 2 years. So I'm like, let's see. Nice day. Try to get some exercise.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was kind of...
You don't realize how in a shape you are, no matter how much you start running and lifting, squatting, until you get on a freaking bike again, and it works out some muscles that you
haven't used in a while.
Forgot you had in your legs.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just me here today. Unfortunately, no Tyler. He's mourning right now. He still can't get over his the most recent celebrity death. His childhood hero, O.J. Simpson, passed away. You heard about this, obviously, right?
Allegedly.
What did O.J. actually die from?
I think, is it cancer?
Yeah.
I think it was cancer. Something like that.
It's a fascinating... I was just watching a documentary today about O.J.
That's if he's actually dead. All conspiracy theories are out there that he just faked it and he's living someplace else.
What would he need to fake it for?
I don't know.
He was still... He was
Conspiracy theorists.
He was living the great life. I mean, he was, giving daily advice on TikTok or whatever he was fucking doing, and
Got away with murder.
Allegedly.
He'd go everywhere. Women would love him. Still, it was fascinating. It was unfucking real. Kenny says he's died from cancer. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, if there is a hell, he probably is there. But nonetheless, Tyler mourning the death of his childhood hero. No, I'm not really sure why Tyler's not here. He got a text first thing this morning, not making the show. Hopefully he doesn't do that next week because we got the 50th episode coming up, so it should be a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to open the show kind of with a little recap of CK tournament. I want some opinions. Now, I've been very vocal about tournaments that all do the same thing. I don't like it. Now, everybody who played in this tournament, and I'm sure the people heard, the B division teams were allowed to pick up 2 A division players. And what qualified somebody as an A division player was somebody who played in the A division tournament that morning. They started the A division tournament earlier, and I believe the A division tournament was wrapped up before the B division tournament started. Now, I didn't hate it. I felt it evened some things out. It allowed people to play more. It allowed, teams to pick up people. If all of a sudden the morning of, which some teams did have issues, people not showing up morning of or saying they weren't going to make it. So it allowed some flexibility. Now, I will always stand by my statement that says the B division should never be given out a cash prize. and point proven. Certain. Let's talk about my team, which some people already in the comments saying we sandbagged and loaded a B division team to steal money from kids. And okay, I mean, you could make an argument for everything you just said, but I couldn't be there for A division. I had to coach in the morning. I got prior engagements. Now, I like the CK organization. I'd like to support them one way or another, and try to do it as much as I can. So for me to be able to do that and still play and enjoy the tournament, I'm going to have to play in the B division. There was a couple guys on our team that also could not make it there for the A division tournament. So we decided to put a B division team in. Now, I know everybody sees Adam and Jay on the team. Adam and Jay weren't supposed to be on the team. Adam and Jay had an A division team to play on. Now with the AFFL folding, that brought a lot of players back into the mix in the local tournament scene. So Adam and Jay kindly got the boot off the team, because guys are coming back, and I can respect that, and so can they. And that's why Adam and Jay were playing with me. Not that they wouldn't be playing with me anyways, but again, it's one thing after another that leads to this team. And when we got there, we were able to pick up 2 A division players, and yeah, we did. Why wouldn't we? Nonetheless, it was a competitive, fun tournament. Good prizes. Ran pretty much on time. Couple refs, little rocky. For the most part, refs were really good. But we got a couple photos of the champs here. Ben, why don't you throw up the B division one first? Save the main event. No, that's the one I am in. I just talked 10 minutes about me being in the B division, Ben. You paying attention? Jeez.
Busy producing.
Yeah. Well, can you produce that photo pretty quickly?
Yep, it's up.
Oh, all right. Got the B division champs here, and hats off to the teams we played. A lot of close competitive games. We did run a little deep, but nonetheless, B division champs. And now we get the A division, and again, hats off to CK. Good cash prize. They did offer a cash prize based on a certain amount of teams. I think they were a little lower on the teams, and they still honored the cash prize. And as everybody wants to say, we stacked our team. It was every playoff game was a 1-score game. You can say we underperformed, but I think a lot of the teams in the B division were actually good teams, and then we're able to add 2 A players, so it made a lot of great games. So it was fun. You want to throw the A division up there? Yeah, sure. Oh, shut up, Kenny. You weren't even there, loser. And there it is, cash out. I don't know why they added Nuge there. They didn't really need him. He kind of sucked all day. So in spite of Nuge playing really bad, cash out overcame and won. No, it's a good team. And A division, from what I caught when I got there, because I caught the tail end of it, some good competition, some good games. And yeah, Chicky, you're right. It was a good day all around, and a lot of good teams. And honestly, I kind of loved those fields over there. The turf wasn't that bad. The fields were a little wider, which I thought opened up the game a lot more, made it a little more fun. So.
Is that like the same type of place as Goffstown? Looks at the dome, the club dome.
Yeah. It was a dome. Wasn't too cold, wasn't hot in it. It was nice. It worked out. So hats off to CK. They're going to be doing another tournament August 10th, I believe. So get your team in there. Yeah, you can air it out, Danny. All right, any comments on that tournament? Anything you guys want to talk about before we move on from it? But again, that's why I don't think B division should be a cash prize. And I get it. Like, I understand. Like, people will make the argument like, well, why shouldn't B division have a cash prize? If you don't have some type of structured rules to prevent any type of, we've seen sandbagging. We've seen teams come from out of state who are good travel teams that will play in the B because it's easier. And sometimes some of the prize monies are pretty close. We've seen, $1,200 for B and then $2,000 for A. If a team coming in is an A team, quote unquote, but they know they're not going to beat Cash Out. They know they're not going to beat, ST. They know they're not going to beat the really good teams, top teams, COM. I mean, you have to go through all those teams to win it. Why don't we just play in B and have to go through maybe one or two competitive teams compared to them? We've seen it with kind of practice squad, And in the case of this scenario where, let's say, an A division team couldn't make the A division times, now all of a sudden they don't play. It's kind of corny, or I don't know. And I think we're taking away from the top talent. And you had 6 teams in A division opposed to 14 teams in B division. And I just, that number is off to me. I think it should be even. And I think if you have all the prize money in A, and I think it is more even. I think teams do take the shot. So.
A couple comments in there.
Sure. Who?
A couple people. Let's see. So, Danny says 10 to 11 2-day tourney. Actually, no, he's just saying the dates. That's when it is, right? August 10th through 11th.
Yeah.
And then Cap says I'm never playing with Bud again.
Cap says he's never playing with Bud again. Yeah, Bud really screwed the pooch.
Allegedly.
Oh, he did. Chicky says he thinks it shouldn't be A and B until after seedings. I agree, Chicky. I've always liked that because if you, like with Mass Flag, they would do 3 round robin games and you play playoffs. If you really go there and lose 3 games on purpose just to sandbag, 1, you're kind of a herb. 2, you're wasting your whole day. And who goes out there to try to lose? So I believe it ends up evening it out. Now there was some holes and some flaws with the way Mass Flag did it, which I think they could address a different way instead of having people sign up for A's and B's and C's or whatever. But yes, I do 100% believe it should happen after seeding, and I think that's the best way to do it, because you're not going to go out there and try to lose on purpose. You're just too competitive at nature. You know what I mean? And even if you don't have the greatest team, right? You give everybody some playing time. You see how it pans out, and then yeah, you hope the chips fall into place, and they usually do. So. All right.
Little heat in the comments.
What?
Cap and Kenny going at it a little bit.
Cap and Kenny? Kenny, you never playing with Bud. You consider yourself an athlete. Don't matter who's throwing. What?
Well, at the end, he says, you weren't there. Bud played great. I love QB Bud. Don't talk if you don't know what I said it.
Oh. Kenny getting defensive with Bud.
Or Cap's getting defensive.
No, Kenny, I think Cap's kind of joking about it. He's just ribbing Bud. Dave loves Bud. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a secret. I mean, Leapers, we know they run with like 7 guys for a reason, and they like playing both ways. They like, getting that playing time, and they can. Like the Leapers are 7 guys who could play every position, at least, pretty well to top level. And Bud rolls in with fucking 14 guys, So, I mean, there's more to it, but, Bud made a mistake. He knows it. Yeah. Bud is a goober, that's for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't have any more comments on that, I'm going to move on. Ben, you got the Bedford Games song. I think we're going to lead into Bedford.
Yeah.
Got a lot to talk about in Bedford. All right, let's hear it, Benny.
T, Pike, and Steve-O, bullin' on the pod. Talking about Bedford, which A-team is a fraud. Making top 10 lists, hella controversy. Don't be playing cheap, tuck in that jersey. Getting new sweatshirts, A-division dub. Tune in every Tuesday. Drop a like and sub. Hey.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Lots going on in Bedford. I'm going to open up the Bedford talk here with, my boy Junior. We all know him. Some refer to him as Paul. Some refer to him as, top 10 most wanted in Bedford. I love Junior. Love to rip on him. Hate to love him. Love to hate him. I do. I'm very fond of Junior. I feel we have a relationship where we can call each other out on our bullshit and actually open up and have real conversations with each other if we want. So I made a comment, I believe, last week where I said I don't think Alliance is a top 10 team. And he, in real talk asked me, with Mike Howe throwing for them now, do I consider them a top 10 team? I think I gave him a smart-ass answer right off the rip, and we joked it and talked. But it got me thinking. So, and I do love to give the people what they want. When they ask me questions and they ask certain things, I like to try to give it to them. So I actually put a list together of, and I don't know if we clarified whether it was a top 10 team in Bedford or top 10 team on Wednesday. So I kind of did a little two list here. I have Mondays and Wednesdays teams that I think are better than Alliance. So in the chat here, comment as I go if you guys want. If you disagree, I don't really need anybody to know if they agree, but comment if you disagree. So on Mondays, I have Bad Batch better than Alliance. I think Bad Batch takes that matchup. They play 10 times. I think Bad Batch takes it at least 8. Manchester Vegas Mambas I have better than Alliance for sure. I think Mambas win that 10 out of 10. I think it's a stylistic matchup. Just too many weapons for Mambas. And maybe not 10 out of 10, but I kind of lean towards, and that's not taken away from Alliance. I have Too Nasty over Alliance. I think Too Nasty on Mondays is a better team than Alliance right now. I have Yo Mama's Favorite, even without Randy, over Alliance currently. I watched Ciampa throw last night. The team he didn't play wasn't that great, but Ciampa actually not a bad quarterback. He throws some really good balls. He can move. I don't think he does have any real hard times with most rushers. And there's just so many weapons on that team. I have Whack Pack better than Alliance currently. And then I have Young Ones better than Alliance. Those are my 6 Monday teams better than Alliance. So, right off the rip, we can already say, in Bedford, I don't believe they're a top 10 team in Bedford. So, we'll get to Wednesdays. These are the teams I think are better than Alliance on Wednesdays. I got Natty D's. I know Natty D's right now don't have Johnny. I still think Natty D's without Johnny beats Alliance. I have Nasty Boys over Alliance. I just think it's stylistic. It's too much of a matchup. Too much experience. Hold on, I'll get it. All right. CJ said Monday's Dirty Birds better than Alliance. Says definitely better than Alliance. I'm not. Hold on, Mike. I'm not ripping on Alliance. I'm just saying the teams that I think are better. I don't think Monday's Dirty Birds is better than Alliance. Alliance has a lot of weapons. With Mike Howe throwing, and then I think Junior's a good team. With Mike Howe throwing, I think they're even a better team. I think Dirty Birds' defense would not do well at all against Mike Howe and Alliance. And I think Alliance's defense would get some stops against Dirty Birds. So back to Wednesdays. I got Safety Patrol over Alliance. And I know they had a close game with Junior throwing until Mike Howe's Alliance beats Safety Patrol. I'm going to have Safety Patrol over him. I currently have Wednesday Pickle Dicks better than Alliance. Now that's Pickle Dicks with Jordan Padermo, fully loaded. I have Gumby's over Alliance. I have Get Plucked right now over Alliance, and that's a matchup I'd want to see. Jay Townsend, all those weapons would really give Alliance a hard time. I don't think Alliance doesn't have a chance to beat him. I think Alliance, it might be 50-50. But I'd have to once Alliance beats Get Plucked, I'll say they're better than them. I got Leapers over Alliance. I got Slipstream over Alliance right now. And I have the North over Alliance. But that would make Alliance a top 10 team on Wednesdays if that was the question. Because I do only have 9 teams. I couldn't find another team better than them. Mikey, I know you're going to say Wild. And I mean, you put Alliance in the top 6 for A Division. I don't think it goes well for Alliance currently. You get a little more playing time together, a little more, Again, I'm not taking away from Alliance. I think they're a very good team. I just don't think they're there quite yet. Junior asked me an honest question. This was the honest list that I put together. So I got them top 10. I got them high B1 on Mondays. If they win, win B1 on Mondays, we could talk. Jay Charles says Alliance defense is in Bedford their weakness right now. Yeah, I agree. They don't even have a bad defense. Sometimes you just have to put it together. But the A Division, again, on Wednesdays is a different beast. And Monday's starting to get there, too. So I wish Junior was on here to comment. I did this whole segment for him. But, all right, anybody got any comments that'll bring... no, I'm just drinking some rehydration stuff. Some water.
Allegedly.
So Cap disagrees with Young Ones and Yo Mamas. Yeah. I mean, and that's maybe fair. Yo Mama's defense has never been super tough. I mean, even Randy alluded to that. I mean, I think they have the weapons on defense. I think they have one of the top rushers around. They have guys in Champa, guys in Steve, real defensive guys, who can play defense very well. Sometimes, I think they give up a lot of points, but they give up a lot of points because they can at times. No, Bruce, you're right. Your defense is definitely getting better. Since the start in Bedford and your short reboot of Alliance in Bedford, your defense has come a long way, for sure. And if it continues to progress that way, it's going to keep going, We got Bill coming in. No, Bill, I get it. I still think it ended up being only, 9-point game or something. And yeah, you weren't fully loaded. No one's taking that away from you guys. Alliance, is starting to come together and grab the different quarterback. So it's kind of I think it's a wash on both parts. So again, I still have you guys over them until they can beat you guys. Is when I'm going to make that call. But as of right now, Safety Patrol is just a better team, in my opinion. So I think Alliance should give Tyler Shattuck a call, have him show up. That might elevate the team. He might have to rake the lawn or do something around the house. If his chore list isn't done, he can't make it, but I'm sure he'll try. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move off the Alliance. Shout out Junior and Alliance. Listen, again, I've said it before. I don't believe, it's football's not the same without Alliance around for 10,000 different reasons in my head. And I love that they're back, and I root for those guys a lot, and they're good sports. I rip on them too, and they make fun of me, and it's all respect. I love those guys, and I love seeing them in tournaments. I really do enjoy that. So, all right, Ben, let's get into our recap of Mondays. NFL's next show, Danny. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, Kenny, I kind of miss TikTok too. I thought that was a cool name. They had some cool jerseys. But, Junior.
Danny woke up from his weed nap a little early.
Who did?
Danny.
Yeah, no. Because Danny wants us to talk about him.
Yeah.
Danny's already got too much love on this show already, let alone the next show. I'm just kidding, Danny. Did I send you the schedules, Ben?
You did not.
Do you have them?
I could try to pull them up for this week or last week.
This week and Mondays. So I send you the tacky bar, right? Because tacky bar's back in on Mondays.
Yeah. I'll go pull it from there.
All right. I can send them real quick. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
Sorry, everybody. I know this isn't good for you guys.
I gotta switch over there anyways, so it's okay.
All right.
I'll pull it right from the other chat.
All right. I'm gonna send you Wednesdays as well, I guess.
Okay. I think I have that in my DirecTV's chat too.
We're getting down to crunch week here, ladies and gentlemen. While Ben gets this together, June 23rd is going to be our draft tournament. I'm going to launch it. It's penciled in right now. June 23rd on a Sunday. It's going to start in the morning. That is incorrect. It's going to start in the afternoon after NFL, because I do believe NFL is still going on in June. So we'll be in the afternoon. I'll have the details coming up. If you want to be a captain, let me know. I don't think I'm going to do the quarterback captain thing. So message me privately. I don't want to hear it. I don't want comments on the chats. I don't look at them all. Message me privately if you want to be a captain for the draft league. The draft tournament. But it will be a draft tournament. I know a lot of people have been asking for another one of these. These are fun. I will have a flyer out, some details, and hoping to do some. I'm looking into some new prizes. I saw some things I kind of liked. Every tournament we try to add at least another. Yes, Danny, you can have non-quarterback captains, but every season I like to, or every tournament I like to add one extra prize. Something to add to the arsenal of prizes. Again, I don't know how handcuffed I'm going to be. I don't know. I still have yet to sit down with the owner and come up with a plan of attack and what their expectations are. But as of right now, no, I don't know if we're going to do the co-captain thing. What are we in right now? April? End of April, we have May, and then June. Do I have enough time to... Let me think about the co-captain thing. Yeah. Kenny, you're right. The co-captain thing's nice, but what we'd have to do is he's referring to the NFL co-captain style. What we'd have to do is let's say Adam and I decide to be captain and co-captain. We won't, because I'm going to destroy him. For whatever reason, I would lose a first round pick for my co-captain. That way everybody's kind of even as far as the co-captains go. That way certain people can play with each other if they want. Let's say Kevin McDonald wants to throw a team in. He wants his co-captain to be John Garcia for some reason. Then whatever the last pick is, they'll lose it because John Garcia is worse than the last pick. And that way it's even, so you can play with one person that you like. Oh, my. Hold on. I got to shout this guy. Diogenes Burgos coming in, checking out my podcast. I got to give a shout out to this guy. I haven't seen this guy in years. He's a true friend. You know, we were doing some crimes down in Jersey together. You know, stuff I can't really talk about on the podcast. I wonder if he just jumped on and jumped off real quick. Try to see what the hell is this? But if you're still on, Jersey off, brother. All right. You and Adam hear that? Steve wants me to be on his co-captain. Hey, I would definitely take Bryce as a co-captain. I love playing with Bryce. But it definitely would be Kenny Richards. I don't care. But that's a good idea, Kenny. I'll you know what? Once I get enough captains, maybe I'll ask all the captains how they feel, and maybe they can opt not to have a co-captain. You know, if some guys want to vote captain, but you know you don't have to have a co-captain. All right, add a little twist. But June 23rd, lock it in with a pencil, and like I said, I'm going to work on a flyer. We'll get it out, and you know, let's blow this one up. I want to see a lot of guys there. These ones are fun. I really do enjoy these ones. Get to play with somebody, you know, you've never played with before. Make some friends, have some fun, and if anybody's wondering, I will not allow Bud to be a captain this time. That way, you know, at least every team has a chance of winning.
Speaking of making friends, Kevin wants contact co-ed.
I bet he does. I mean, Kevin couldn't survive in women's contact, let alone co-ed.
Allegedly.
No, allegedly. All right, you get the Monday Monday schedule. Guys, I went to football yesterday. Things getting a little spicy there. A little fun. Let's talk about it. Like I said, we're week 5 here. So Jimmy has completed his first wave of teams that came in, paid full price, got some double headers, got his second wave of teams in, paid half price to get some half teams, or get a half season. So Monday's really adding over the past couple weeks, a couple A teams, and things are getting real interesting. It's reading the words up to me, so it's blocking the schedule. It's pissing me off. And I can't. Yeah. How do I turn that off?
You should be able to swipe, like on the lower part of the screen.
Nope.
No.
No shit. When I mute it, captions are auto-generated. How about no?
Oh, it's the captions that are doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the comments.
There should be a setting on like the video.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit it.
Let me see.
No. You're just trying to look at photos of me, you weirdo. No, it won't let me.
I want to see your cameras.
So just in the past few weeks, we've added Yo Mamas, we've added young ones, a couple more A teams to already a competitive A division, in my opinion. I tried. I sat there for a half hour today, coming up with a schedule where Jimmy could do more than 6 A teams. And it's kind of one of, you know, and I know some teams don't play their consolation games, and quite frankly, even the way Jimmy does it, he's really reliant. Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
He's really reliant on people taking those consolation games off, because in theory, if everybody took their consolation games, he wouldn't be able to fit all the playoff games in, even with the way he does it. So it seems to be the formula is every division that has 6 teams, he ends up basically saving a game. So if he does 6, 6, 6, 6, he saves 4 games. So I'll give Jimmy credit. He kind of figured it out on his own, and kind of smart to figure it out. But I was messing around with it, and I was trying to see, all right, if you did 8 in A, 8 in B, 4 in B2, 4 in C, would that work? And no matter how you slice it up, it's going to be reliant on people not playing their consolation games. or if he's able to put consolation games on Sundays. And I just don't know if he has the availability for that right now. So, unfortunately, it's probably going to be 6 and 6 for Mondays and Wednesdays, which is not terrible. Again, I just think that first round bye bullshit just not first round. It's a second round bye bullshit. Just is not. It's not good. It just doesn't. To me, it gives teams a distinct advantage. You know, with the Tyler Pike Gumbies, where they would only play B division teams, you know, it really helps them.
Allegedly.
It didn't help them last season. Jimmy screwed that up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we had Bad Batch, big win over Aviation Nation. I didn't get to see the Dynasty Slackers game. That looks interesting to me, but it's probably going to be two B1 teams there. The game of the night, which I'm sure everybody's heard by now, Manch Mambas and Too Nasty. Manch Mambas really putting the hurting on Too Nasty. Too Nasty coming in shorthanded. I'm not gonna lie about that. They were. If anybody says they weren't shorthanded, they're lying.
Liar!
But Manch Vegas really coming in their own, looking good. Their team played very well. Made things very difficult for Too Nasty. I actually heard Mambas were changing their team name. Now, if anybody can just correct me if I'm wrong. I think they were. It's like an acronym. Is that what it's called when you have letters that represent something?
Yeah.
Is it acronym?
Yeah.
Okay.
Acronym, yeah.
It was KOBOM. Kaboom. Kings of Bedford on Mondays. That's their new team name. That's what I heard.
Allegedly.
No, listen, they're okay with being top dog on Mondays. That seems to be their goal. Now, I mean, you know, Elliot kind of saying he doesn't take things too seriously. Some might disagree with that, and Elliot, you can probably at least, you know, understand why people don't agree with you guys when you say you don't take things flag football that seriously when you guys have your own Instagram page, you know, to talk about C division wins, B division wins. And that's good. That's cool. Not Trey, I was just messing around. But, you know, you kind of take it a little seriously. And he takes Monday seriously, which is fine. Everybody has their ceiling, how you know, they're going to take flag football seriously. But Manch Vegas Mambas look good. They winning Mondays 2 seasons ago, then losing, kind of underperforming, and then it looks like they're back on track. It's going to be one of the most competitive Mondays in a while, for sure. But Manch Vegas Mambas look prime. Prime to go. Hey, listen, Bryce, you can't knock it. Like, I get it. I mean, some of us take Bedford serious. Some of us take it practice. Some of us, I have a hard time going out there and not playing and taking it seriously. Only because I'm old, and I mean, every game could be my last game. So who knows? You're really trying hard with those today, huh?
You can have somebody else talking to you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, last night, Trey, you guys did bury him. It was a fun game to watch. But Mamba's real good team, honestly. Trey, Franklin, CJ, Waz. Poor Waz showed up to the game. Thought it was at 9. It was actually at 8. He shows up at like 8:50 and just shows up to an absolute beatdown and just leaves. I felt bad.
Did he actually get in the game at all?
I don't think he did.
No.
I don't even think he put his stuff on. So that was funny. But Waz, Cam, you know, I always forget that rusher's name. I'm sorry. He played really good. He plays center at times. But they got a very good team cooking. You know, real talk, I would love to see them with that team on Wednesday. Bryce over here talking shit. I would love to see them with that exact team on Wednesday. I would love to see how they stand against the Wednesday teams. And if I think Trey and Franklin realize it, maybe the guys who don't really play too much on Wednesdays don't realize it. But the Wednesday A teams are a little above Monday A teams. It's a different animal. I think you guys can agree with that. But I mean, it was a fun game. It was a fun game to watch. And Too Nasty needs those games like that sometimes. They need to overcome, beat downs, and when things aren't going right, they need to learn how to adjust and get out of that quicksand, as some of us call it. It's just when nothing's going right, you got to figure out how to make it go right. So fun game to watch. Nonetheless, those will be two A teams. Maybe we'll see them in the playoffs. We'll see how far they go. I mean, Mambas might disagree, but I can promise you, fully squatted, Too Nasty. That type of game's not happening again. Like that was a washing that just won't. That's one-offs. I know Elliot said he put a lot of points up on against one of their teams one time. But that type of game, that was a beatdown. So I think Connor's here waiting for us. All right. So what else we got there? Young ones making their return with Tambo at the helm. Put a hurting on Raw Dogs. Now that was a good game. Close first half. Two A teams going at it. And I think this is your 6 A teams for Monday. You got Bad Batch, Manch Mambas, Too Nasty, Yo Mamas, Whack Pack, and Young Ones. And that's a formidable 6 teams. Like it's Mondays. Now Mondays have always had good teams at times. You've never had 6 teams of this caliber, in my opinion. Yes, you've had rage teams that would smack probably all 6 of these teams. Rightfully so. My point is, the body of talent there, I think, is probably the best it's ever been on Mondays with those 6 teams. Yeah, you're not wrong, CJ. Your offense kind of sold a tad. I'm not gonna take it. You guys played good. I'm not gonna take anything away from you guys. But when it came down to crunch time, we saw who was clutch. We saw who's got the experience. I don't know why Kevin's throwing in the rage. Lost to Mamas twice and Chip. Kevin, you want to elaborate on that before we move off for Mondays?
Well, I think you said there is rage teams that would come in and whack all 6 teams.
Yeah, I'm talking like the best rage teams that have come in. I'm not saying these 6 teams are the best teams we've ever seen on Mondays. My point was the body of work, top to bottom, I think has been, you take these 6 teams against Monday's 6 teams for a while, and I don't even think it's close. And Yo Mamas is missing their starting quarterback, and so that hurts. But I still think they're a very viable team. All right, let's move on to Wednesdays. You get the preview for this week. Say that again.
It's up.
It's up.
Let me put it in full screen here.
I still see Mondays.
That should be loaded.
All right. Natty D's, Nasty Boys, another good A division rip right off the bat. Safety Patrols, Dirty Birds. Now, this is tough. I don't know how good of a season Dirty Birds is having, but they probably have no chance of getting in A's with the 6 teams that are there unless they open it up. Is that true, CJ? This is the 3rd time you guys are playing them. This is what aggravates me sometimes with the schedule. Jimmy can't mix it up enough to avoid that crap from happening, and that's what's aggravating sometimes with the schedule. And again, I give him the pass because kids flag football is going on, and again, that schedule, it makes you go cross-eyed. It's so big. But yeah, it's kind of second time of the schedule has us 3 switched it. Yeah, see, I don't know how that happens. I really don't. So, what else we got? Gumbies Get Plucked should be a good game. Leapers Too Nasty should be a good game. We got the North in Alliance. Now, we had the Raging Diesel Hounds on last week, who guaranteed a win. Honestly, one of the greatest games in Bedford in a long time. Them and Alliance, and that's why I gave Alliance their due. Alliance didn't really have a chance to defend themselves. Raging said they were going to win, and I'm not taking anything. Those guys are good players. That's a good team. They weren't wrong. They put themselves on the map. They have some confidence in themselves. I like it. It ended up being a very good game. I think Alliance won by 1. It was a wicked back and forth game. Very high scoring. You know, I was playing on a different field, and I was more into their game than I was into my own. That's how interesting and entertaining it was. But shout out to Alliance for, you know, stepping up, and shout out to Raging Diesel Hounds. Hopefully they stay around. I think right now are a good B1 team, and a couple seasons in, they might be able to crack that A division. Yeah, Bruce, I saw you guys are down 12 early, and then it just became a Dave Martell show. Dave Martell getting a couple long touchdowns. I saw that. So yes, NFL podcast will be right after. So I think with the 6 and 6 here, yeah, it's we're gonna have a competitive B1 for sure with teams like Pickle Dicks, Raging, Alliance, Get Plucked, Slipstream. Yeah, that's a real tough Spartans. That's a good B1 division. Because you can have Natty D's, Nasty Boys, Safety Patrol, the North, Leapers, Gumbies. So there's gonna be 6A teams, 6B. So talent in Bedford on the rise, in my opinion. Teams on the rise. This might be the best A and B1 combo, top to bottom, 1 to 12 teams we've ever seen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do have the NFL podcast coming up, so I do have to wrap this up. Unfortunately, we got a late start because Ben was trying to lose some weight, and Tyler Pike didn't really have anything to add to the show. So, are we lagging here?
A little bit, but it's always going to be a couple second delay.
Yeah. No, I think my Wi-Fi just dropped on my phone. Yeah. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me, thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. Got a special guest coming in for NFL, and a lot to talk about with NFL. So give it a like, give it a share, spread the word. Also, looking to sell a house, hit up Waz. You need a roof siding, hit up my boy Adam Alex with Innovative Roofing. And if you need some solar panels, hit up Junior Teixeira, also known as Paul. All right, good night, Grease.
Yeah. Said we up now, they up next. Got you in your feelings upset. Said I'm up to bat, you on deck. At my best, you is looking stressed, cuz we up now, they up next. Said we up now, they up next. Got you in your feelings upset. Said I'm up to bat, you on deck. At my best, stress, cuz we up now, they up next. Said we up now, they up next. Got you in